Hey guys, it's Missy Wolf, and I'm here with Manny Cabo.
How are you, Missy?
I'm doing well. You have had quite a busy, 2015, 2016 already, and I want to know more about this. So, for those who don't know, you were on season 9 of The Voice, and you blew the judges away. You got a 4-chair turn, and you sang one of my favorite songs. I mean, I grew up, listening to the 80s, long hair bands and everything, and you sang "Here I Go Again" from Whitesnake. What made you choose that song, number one, and how was that moment for you?
Well, choosing the song, believe it or not, was actually pretty easy, and there's multiple reasons why. Just like you, I grew up in a time of rock stars and the hair glam and all that stuff, but there was a couple of elements about the song that I really, really enjoyed, and first and foremost, the lyrics. And that lyric attachment that I have to this song pretty much identifies my entire career, with the whole "Here I Go Again." I've been ups and downs and hardships, doldrums, good times, bad times. So it was one of those songs where, for me, as I was singing it, it was kind of like a montage in my mind going through it, and it gave me more power and more of an impetus to sing it with my heart, and that's one of the important things about being on that show. You got to choose a song that you can identify and that you have this direct connection to, and I couldn't pick a better song. Obviously, I think I did something right.
Well, okay, when you hit that last note and everybody just was blown away, Adam jumps up on his chair, and oh my gosh, everybody was going crazy. And unfortunately, when I was actually at one of the tapings, it wasn't for your audition. It was for a different group of people, but oh my gosh, I can't even tell you, that audience it was amazing seeing them. And I know that when you're on the stage and you're singing, you're probably super nervous, but did you notice how many people were rocking out like they were at one of those concerts? Like you turned that place into an arena.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, though. See, and it's pretty funny that you say that, because, Missy, I don't get nervous. I wish I did sometimes. I meditate a lot, especially even before a show. The funny thing is that I didn't even notice the judges had turned because it was so bright with the front light hitting you. And usually when I sing, I have a direct connection with the audience from the get-go. And the joke was, I wasn't really there to sing. I wasn't there to do anything. I was there more for an inspiration, and I was there to do something for me. I could prove to the world that age is just a number.
Right.
It doesn't matter what your ethnic background is, what you believe in, where you're located. If you want to do something wholeheartedly with passion, then anything is accomplished by that. And I was on that stage, and I had a connection with my audience, and that's who I engage with. Believe it or not, the scariest thing about being on that? It's not even the performance. It's not even those 90 seconds that you're singing in front of 14 million people. It's walking in. You could hear a pin drop. All you hear, listen, it's crazy. All you hear are your footsteps. I was only worried about tripping or something like that. That was it,
It's crazy. It is, though, because when I was in the audience for the auditions, I was there for season 9's very first round of auditions. And so I'm standing there in the, in fact, I got to see Victor Corrales. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I got to see his audition.
He's great. Yeah.
Oh, he's amazing.
We're always together. Yeah, we just did we did 2 shows together. It's funny, I just got off the phone with him today. I'm probably going to go to Budapest and do a couple of shows with him when I get back.
Nice. Oh, I bet that would be great. And I just remember when he came out, right? And when other people came out, even in the gals, like you just hear their little heels. I was like, it really was so crazy. And the audience was even nervous because we were just like, okay, don't make a sound. It's so quiet. It's just weird. But it was
think about that, especially for the younger generation, these young kids that go in at 15, 16, you walk in, it's really quiet. You look to your left, the entire 3-row panel of all the executives with their earphones, and they're just watching you. And you basically control the stage, and that alone is so much pressure. It can be overbearing, but I eat all that stuff up. I enjoy it. I love being in front of the camera. I love big shows, big concerts. So I'm the wrong guy to ask about being nervous. I wish I should, but
No, well, you know what? That was good for you, and I know that I think it was Keith that felt intimidated, or by that. and I know that during your battle round with Keith, they had said, he sounded really polished, but you were just so like not afraid. You were commanding that performance with the audience and all of that. And that is definitely, right. If you have any kind of nerves and you see somebody who doesn't and they're super comfortable, you definitely are leery and you're like, man, this person's so much better than I am. But, I know because I'm that girl sometimes that definitely gets nervous about things. And man, right. I wish I could just steal some of your calmness. It would be really beneficial.
When you really enjoy what you do and you're comfortable going out there, it's really difficult to combine those two. Don't get me wrong, having those little butterflies is always good because of the adrenaline.
Right.
Sometimes it could be a hindrance too, but believe me, Keith was not intimidated. We were so close.
Okay, good.
Friends. As a matter of fact, we're doing a show this Saturday. I'm flying out to Chicago and doing the show with him out there, so that could be insane.
I am so excited about that. I can't wait.
Yes.
I want to.
Awesome.
I want to hear all about it. I want to see footage. I wish I was there because when I watched you guys play together, do your performance together, I was just like, wow, these two guys need to perform together all the time. You guys are so good together. And I mean, you just draw people in and it's so fabulous to see. And so when I read on your website that you guys are playing together again, I was just like super excited.
It's going to be a good time.
I think it was like the fangirl coming out of me, too. It's like, I got to go. I got to go see a show. But you have a new EP that just came out, too, called Stratospheric.
Yes.
There's something behind that title, and I want to know what it is because that is an awesome name.
Thank you so much. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. Well, the story behind the title, it was pretty straightforward for those of you out there listening who saw The Blind and then saw The Battle. That title derives from a direct quote from Pharrell. And he basically states that, Manny, your voice, it's just stratospheric. You can make an album right now and it would sound timeless. So I said, you know what? There it is. That is the emphasis for the title of the EP. And there it is, the title. And I felt so strong about it because it does make sense. I wanted to create an EP with my co-writers that felt like it was a little bit out of this world, with a lot of the roots that I grew up with, but something different because I got to tell you, and I hate to say this, but, I wear my heart out on my sleeve. Radio is done to me. I have to listen to the radio. Everything on the radio is so massively produced. It's not organic. Everything is about a certain amount of beats per minute. It's just one long song.
Right.
People don't write music anymore. And if they do write music, they're buying it from the people like, I don't know, in Nashville writing songs, which is nothing wrong with that. But I'm like a David Grohl type of guy, my mentality, and I agree with him wholeheartedly. Guys got to sit into a room, bang their heads one another and say, no, it sounds terrible, that sounds like crap, and write music together. Becomes more fruitful that way. Nobody does that anymore.
Right, exactly.
So I think those are the elements that were pretty crucial in the writing of this EP. And judging by the songs, I think you can take a listen to it. They're pretty versatile. We've got kind of a strong rock, southern rock feel.
Yep.
And then we tend to cater to the commercial side as well,
Right.
And I try to give my fans a little bit of diversity to somewhat showcase the abilities of my voice because I felt, and everyone felt, that I didn't get a chance to do that on the show, which is okay because, there aren't any mistakes in life. Things happen.
Right, exactly.
My time on the show was exactly the way it was supposed to be. I was shifted in another direction because they needed me elsewhere, and that's what I try to teach the younger kids, But I had such a great time, and I'm so grateful for every second that I was on that show, and it afforded me some great opportunities till this day, obviously.
Absolutely. And, when you were talking about your songs so close to you, it does have that country rock sound, but then it's got like the mix of the 80s rock that I'm so used to, and it's familiar, and it's just invigorating. I love it. And then your song 90 Proof it sounds like more updated, but still familiar. And it's just everything about your songs on this EP I fell in love with. And it was it was a really good example of great music writing. There are still stories in there. The lyrics are great. And I just thought, you know what? This guy actually has it all. He can, because, well, you obviously, you can perform. You just are so comfortable on that stage, and everybody just seems to just get pulled right in, and they're just craving more of you, which is just phenomenal to see. I love that.
Well, thank you so much. That's really humbling, and I'm glad that you feel that way. But the consensus was, and I think it was in my favor, that well, the joke was that I left the show like Rocky Marciano. I retired, and because those performances were leaked. It was one of the best battles in The Voice history.
Right, it was.
As it by direct. So everyone's like, wait, Manny's gone, and we still want to see and hear a little bit more about him. So it kind of worked in my favor,
Right, right.
So again, like I said, things happen for a specific reason, and at that time, we really don't understand why. But after all is said and done, it's like, oh, I get it now, and then that's why I try to tell these kids. And I try to be more of an example and a leader because nobody wants to leave a show, but at the same time, I try to educate all these kids, let them know that, listen, it's okay because that means your journey here is over. Now you need to start a new journey with bigger and better things,
Absolutely. It was just a springboard for what was next, right? So
there you go. Exactly.
That's great. And, I love that you look at it that way too, because, I've interviewed many of the artists from The Voice and, other shows like American Idol and The X Factor. But what I have found from the artists that I've interviewed from The Voice is that they seem to do a lot more, and they just seem to push forward and go further. And so I don't know if it's who you have backing you or behind you or supporting you, but it just seems to me like everything that I've heard about The Voice has been an all-around great experience for everyone. I even interviewed the Swan Brothers, who I'll never forget the day that I saw them audition. Those boys, I was like jumping up and down in my living room and yelling at my family, and they didn't understand what was going on. And I was like, mark my words, I will be front row at one of their shows. They are going big. And, they're on tour with Carrie Underwood right now. So,
Oh, I love the Swan Brothers. They're amazing.
Yeah.
I love my country music. I've learned so much from that genre of music, and to be honest with you, it's the only genre of music where there's still musicians that are jamming on stage. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's and that's where I gravitate to. Because that's what I grew up on.
Right.
I mean that, Right. And the good thing, I've done both sides of the spectrum. I've done a lot of house electronica music, so I get it, singing the tracks, but there's nothing like jamming on stage with a band of brothers up there. They're just ripping it. I need to hear my leads. I need to hear my rhythm section. I need to hear drums crashing, as a drummer myself.
Right.
These are the elements that I need. I need the musicianship,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're a Jersey boy. So I got to know, we've had some amazing, amazing boys from Jersey, amazing rockers, two favorites of mine, Bon Jovi and Bruce Springsteen. So I got to ask you, do you have a favorite?
I've heard of those two guys. Those are pretty popular guys. I've heard of them.
I know. One day I'll get those interviews. Right? I don't actually know if I could contain myself. I might be too much of a fangirl at that point. But no, but definitely. When you talk about having a love for country music, then I hear you're from New Jersey. Like, that's just not something you normally think about. But recently, John Bon Jovi himself actually was talking about how much he loves Nashville for those same reasons. And it's real music. And he's one of those guys, man. You write music, you write it with your band. And he's all about that as well. And so hearing you say that, I was just like, you know what? He gets it. He's an artist.
Well, I guess great minds do think alike then, huh?
Right. See, exactly. And, and like you, Center Stage Magazine, we are looking for great talent that isn't top 40. You know what I mean? No disrespect to anyone on the top 40 radio. You've worked hard. You've, gotten to where you are, and that's great. But there is so much more out there in the music world, and I feel like people need to investigate more because the music is great. And, it doesn't have to be this overproduced, everything is pop or talking and whatever, Right. I just think that there's a lot of good quality music out there and people just need to look for it. And so that's our goal here too, is to bring it to the forefront, bring it.
Well, there you go. I'm grateful for you guys. You guys are doing amazing stuff as well. And I'm sure that I speak for all the other artists that we're completely grateful for the stuff that you guys do and all the independent radio stations, because it's true. And unfortunately, some of the best musicians in the world will never get discovered. But then again, it depends on how much you hustle. You're only as good as your last show. And that's one of the things that I've learned. That you got to persevere and you can't give up. That's one of the things that I will never do. I will die trying, but I will never give up. And that's my creed, and I try to instill that and inspire people worldwide. And if I had $1 for every message that I get, every tweet, every Instagram message, because of you, Manny, I picked up my guitar for 20 years, my keyboard, my banjo, my daughter's career, my son's career, and I deal with kids with autism, cancer, you name it. So there are no limitations to what you can do. And this is my creed. The bigger and the more famous I get, the more I get to inspire people. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And can I just tell you that right now, you just totally hit one of those sensitive things for me, because my son is autistic, and he loves music and he wants to be a drummer. And I bought him a practice drum pad, and so hearing your passion and wanting to do for others and give back to the community, and the people that have supported you, I just think that's amazing. And I just want to stop and give you credit for that, because not enough people are sensitive to those issues. Not enough people know enough about these issues. So, just like Robert De Niro, not too long ago, talking about, opening up discussion for families and children with autism and the vaccinations and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So the fact that you're recognizing we're all people, we all go through things, we all have differences, and you're here to be a positive impact in everybody's life. I think that is phenomenal, and I just want to thank you for that.
Well, no, you're very welcome. I mean, nobody's better than anybody. And you know what? I'm just trying to give people, kids, adults, teenagers, whatever, the opportunities that were never given to me. I mean, I'm a fashion photographer too, so I've given away my equipment. I've given away stuff. I've given away free photo shoots. So it's just the right thing to do, I feel. And you know what? It comes from my childhood. I was very gifted to have parents, and lucky to have parents that led me and instilled these morals with me. And it's funny, but some people see me as this out of this world nice guy. I don't see that. I'm not rock star. I'm just like another musician. I'm just being nice to people. Is the world that bad?
Right? Amen to that, because I say the same things to my friends all the time. And I'm like, could you maybe not thank me for doing this? Because this is just what human beings should do. Like, I mean, don't even give it a second thought. Just do it. Just, randomly walk by somebody. And if they're wearing something really nice or whatever, compliment them. If you notice that they're not smiling, just tell them something nice and make their face smile, It doesn't take much to be nice to people.
No, and my dad said it doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah.
My God. Seriously.
Right. Exactly.
So it is kind of sad, but you know what? I hate to be what I hate the most. So, and that's one of the reasons why I go out of my way to just like the song says, is be kind. It's a no-brainer. And you know what they say? What, bees get more honey, or you get more honey with more bees with honey, or whatever.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
It's just one of those things where I've created a career from not burning any bridges, maintaining a solid and compassionate rapport with my clients, my friends, but more importantly, my fans. You realize I sat and responded to over 8,000 messages while I was on The Voice. And I know it sounds crazy, but because of that little effort, it means a lot to your fans.
Right, it does.
When you go out and they leave you a comment and you respond with, thank you, it means the world. Thank you for your confidence. It's like, all you got to do is acknowledge somebody.
Yes.
That's all it takes. It really isn't that much work. So that's why I'm kind of astonished that, people see me in this light, and I'm just doing what I think should be done.
Right, exactly. And I'm so glad you talked about, responding to your fans, because that's something I wanted to bring up. One of the things that I always do before any interview, any conversation with Missy, I always check out social media, and I like to look for pictures and stuff, but one thing I always do is look for those comments. Is this artist commenting back to his fans? And you have, and you comment with things, well, much love, come out here, it's going to be a great show, you're going to have a great time. You engage with them, and it's not just these robot responses where, or you're not just going through and liking everybody's comment. You're actually like taking time, and it's fabulous. And I love that.
Well, thank you. I mean, we artists, and unfortunately, more times than I like to admit, we forget that the people who have made and launched our career are those people that you forget to respond to. And I get it. Listen, if you're famous and rich or whatever the case may be, and you have no time, your schedule is busy. My creed is, listen, I will always even have a team just to respond to my These people made my career. They're buying my albums. They're watching me on TV. Why would I not acknowledge them? It's kind of like it's suicide if you think about it in your career. So you know what? Let everybody call me crazy. It's the crazy ones that change the world anyway. So I'm happy doing what I do. Anything.
Oh, that is awesome. I love that you said it's the crazy ones that change the world. That is phenomenal. Yeah. That is just great.
So I'll continue. Plus, there's plenty of whiskey in this world to keep me late at night and keep me company.
Right. Oh my gosh! But wait, you mentioned Nashville earlier. Have you ever gone and had moonshine there?
Oh, my God. As a matter of fact, I have, and I can't wait to go back. I'm going there from the 11th to 17th. I'm doing a huge recording at Blackbird Studios. So, yeah, well, believe me, I will be face-to-face with some sort of bottle when I'm down there.
Oh, my gosh. I should put you in touch with Jeff McCool from Moccasin Creek, because
there you go.
I have to tell you that my very first moonshine experience was on camera during an interview with him, because during our phone interview, he was like, "You've never had moonshine?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Oh my God, we're going to get you moonshine." I was like, "All right, we're going to do it on camera." And we did.
Your question? Did you finish the interview?
I did finish the interview, but let me tell you how nervous I was about it, because I'm thinking, oh gosh, this first drink of moonshine, what if it's going to burn my mouth? What if I make the ugliest face? What if I try to spit it out? Like I was so nervous about it. But he got me lemon drop moonshine, and it was actually like just a really good, like a hard lemonade. And I was like, wow, this is just dangerous. And then he had like these rum ball things that were like really
great.
I've never even seen one before. And I wanted to eat the entire bag. They were phenomenal. They were so good.
Those are dangerous though. They can creep up on you, so careful.
Well, that's what I was told. So I was like, all right, I only had like a couple, and I did them after the interview just to make sure. But no, I'm definitely going to have to like text you his number and, text him and tell him that, hey, you're going to be inquiring about some moonshine when you're in Nashville next.
Oh, please. Yeah, definitely do that. And, hey, I'll take one more friend in the books.
Right. Well, I mean, these people are great too. You'd have a great time, and he's a hell of a cook too. I'm just going to say.
Well, the thing about Nashville is, once you go down there, it really is. It sounds corny, but it's really magical. It
is.
The joke for me was I'm sitting down there with a good friend of mine, Brittany, who was also on the show. We sedimented a really solid friendship. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing. Everyone is talented down there. I mean, even her babysitter came in. She starts wailing like a guitar. I'm like, this is like surreal. but the vibe.
Right.
I mean, it's just a different world. And I swear I didn't want to leave. And every time I go down there, I don't leave. And I'm sure that'll be the case this time.
Absolutely. You're eventually probably gonna be one of the ones that's like, okay, packing it up, moving on out, going, that's kind of what I've gotten from a lot of people. And I relate to it very well, because my very first trip to Nashville was in September of 2013. And I was like, that's it. As soon as I stepped foot on Broadway, I was calling home. I was like, I'm moving here. I don't care. I am moving here. And 2 months later, I moved there.
Okay, well, at least you call that a courtesy. Some people are just like, the hell with this.
Right? Now, I'm in transition to make my way back there again, because right now I'm in California, but which was not expected to be here this long. But, California, how that is as well.
I was just out there, too.
Were you? What part?
Yeah, I was in Napa Valley. As a matter of fact, we hung out. We did a wine tasting thing with the guys from Plain White Tees, Tim. Yeah, so they were a cool bunch of guys. And if we stayed one more night, we could have hung out with the Goo Goo Dolls. They were there.
Oh.
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
Right?
That would have been amazing.
Yeah, because Dave Grohl. I mean, come on. Oh.
Yeah. It would have been great. But you know what? I had the show at the bitter end in New York City, which was a success.
Yeah, that's good.
You have obligations.
I know.
Never burn your bridges. Although
never. Never. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. It has been absolutely amazing talking to you.
Oh, no. Thank you. I'm so grateful that you took the time to reach out to me. It's just great.
Not a problem, but before we go, I don't want to just cut off. I mean, is there anything that we didn't cover that you want to tell all the fans? Because, I mean, I'm sure you've got stuff coming up that I did not touch on.
Oh no, well, you know what I do? I have a couple big shows. We've got MetLife Stadium. We're doing the entire fair. There's like 60,000 people there. Obviously, we're going to record Nashville from the 11th, 17th, the second EP. I don't know how we're going to structure it, whether we're going to have 4 or 5 singles or do another EP. It's still uncertain, but that's happening right now. We're putting some shows on hold just to get more of the recording aspects done.
Right.
I'm going to be doing a lot more TV. I can't talk about it for time. So, yes, there's a lot going on right now.
Oh, wow.
The one thing I really want to say, and all my fans actually know, if you follow me, and is it okay for me to plug my social media so they know where to find me?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's all the same across the board. It's Manny Cabo Music. And my website is www.mannycabomusic.com. But there's one thing that I'm very big on. I love my fans. I appreciate all of my listeners. I appreciate all of my supporters. And I definitely heed to any of their admonitions, requests, where they want me to be. And please tell me what cities they're from so I can visit you. Give me names. Give me clubs. I'd love to meet all of them. You know, that's pretty much all that I have to say. And once again, I'm so grateful that you reached out to me. It's been a pleasure. So thank you so much.
Oh, no problem at all. I am a huge fan, and I will be for life. And I can't wait to see. I cannot wait to see where you go next, what you do next. I want to know more about this TV stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I'm dying now. You have me like, really? I gotta know.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I will tell you this. You're going to love it, and my fans are going to freak. That's all I'm going to say. So I'll keep you guys at the edge of your seat. How's that, Sarah? All
right. Well, when we get the opportunity to do an on-camera interview, I want you to promise that we'll do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I promise this. You read all my responses, and you know every single comment is responded to, and they know that I'm pretty loyal to responding to everyone. Trust me. Everyone, whatever they have to say is always been important to me.
All right. All right. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. I'm going to hold you to that one. And and until then, good luck. God bless you. I am so excited to see where you go. And man, I'm just happy. I'm so excited. So have a good rest of your night.
Awesome. And you as well.
Thank you so much. We will talk to you another time.
All right. Have an amazing night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.